So they go into the brain, and they find out the brain, we have faulty perception. Everybody sees different things in life. Reality is one thing, but we all see different things. We only can pay attention to like one thing at a time in life, and everything else we're blinded to. Our memories, we have bad memories, but not only do we have bad memories, but we make up things that don't even happen. There's this one lady, Elizabeth, she went to studying the memory, but she put on these Disneyland pamphlets. And these Disneyland pamphlets would have Bugs Bunny on it. She'd have people waiting in the lobby with all this stuff out. They come to meet her, and then they interview them about how their trip to Disneyland was in the past. And people would tell her stories of, how their trip was as a kid. And then she'd ask them about Bugs Bunny. It's like, do you remember meeting Bugs Bunny? And then they'd be like, oh yeah, I met Bugs Bunny. I remember shaking his hand, touching his tail, touching his carrot. Now, what's wrong with that?
Bugs Bunny ain't Disney.
Yeah, he's not at Disneyland, right? But people make up stuff when they can't remember things, and they actually think it happens to them.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Then we go into emotions, decision making. They find out people aren't judging things by facts, more by emotions, how they feel. And when they do make decisions, they're always biased. Like when you look at things that are your choice, you always see the positive. Everyone else's choice is what? The negative. Because of course you chose the best possible thing out there. Or when you take a test, maybe, self-serving bias. When we fail a test, who do we blame? Not us. I was sick that day, somebody was talking to me, the teacher's a bad teacher. But when we get a good grade, what do? Must be because I'm so smart. Yeah, that must be the reason. And so we always think in our own best interest, but we can't see reality sometimes. And so what does all of this mean? If we put our brain to the test, bad perception, no attention, memory's bad, emotions govern our decisions, and we're always biased. If you were to use this as a tool, do you think you'll be very successful?
No.
In fact, the human brain hasn't really developed much over the years. The only reason that we've developed is because we accepted our brain is not good. When we went over these things, we found out, it's harmful to think. If you know, you don't have to think. And we have all this technology now that compensates. For instance, how many phone numbers do you guys know? Like, does anyone have memorized more than 2 phone numbers?
I only have 3.
3.
I only have like
6. You used to have to remember everybody's phone number.
Either that or you had a phone book.
Or a phone book. Or directions. Or a calculator. We found ways that we can become better without having to use our brain. And that's why we've become more successful. The technology has found a way to replace our brains. And so here's the question. How do we simplify things? How do we make this shift to not thinking as much?